The Bears are done with OTAs. What should fans be looking for when they return and get to training camp at the beginning of August? Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan.
Jason, how are you?
I'm doing fine. It's the NFL Insider here on CBSSports.com. And Pat, when you talk about the Bears,
Sure.
all the excitement about Jay Cutler coming to Chicago, but is that the answer here for this team?
I think it's the answer. He's got a big, strong arm. We're in a city where those last 2 or 3 home games are going to be with all kinds of weather conditions. If one guy can cut through the wind, it's this kid. Now, when you look at their receiver core and what he's going to deal with, this is a tight end-oriented offense. 95 catches for the 2 tight ends, another 63 catches for the running back. So his core receivers are right inside, but the defenses know that. It's time to expand the passing game outside. In comes Joaquin Iglesias. I love this kid. I think he's a Steve Smith type player on the outside. And Devin Hester. Devin Hester had 51 catches last year. I don't think he's ever going to be a #1, although they've proclaimed that in Chicago. I think he's going to be an interesting target. They'll have plenty of weapons. Cutler's the right guy.
We know the Bears still want to run the football, though. I mean, that is the MO of this team. How much does that change now that you have Jay Cutler?
Well, when Jay Cutler's under center and you have 2 wideouts, 2 tight ends in the game, and Forte in the backfield, there are going to be times people are going to try to cheat that safety down the box and declare run defense. Cutler's good enough, smart enough, and has been trained by Shanahan to see that, pull the ball out of Forte's stomach, throw the ball vertically down the field. He's going to create conflicts that were not there before.
All right, I want to ask you this because we've done a segment here on Brandon Marshall, and be sure to check that out as well. What's the biggest difference about when Jay Cutler demanded a trade compared to Brandon Marshall not demanding a trade?
Well, Jay Cutler, you know, I didn't like it, and I don't like the scenario. I've said this to the coach. I've worked with 4 different head coaches. Don't let the agents and the players set up a formula for exit here. So here's a guy that came in and complained and got his way and got out. They'll stop that with Brandon Marshall. He can complain all he wants. He's going to show up for camp, not at $17,000 a day. But Cutler, to me, the head coach, quarterback coach by trade, dealt with the player a little bit, got a sense of that personality, probably worked this kid out a lot when he was coming out of college and had his own opinion. We now know his opinion probably wasn't the greatest, and he didn't want to work with him. So he got himself a guy he wanted to work with inside the system they run.
Does Lovie Smith have anything to worry about with Jay Cutler?
I don't think so. Jay Cutler got his money. He's in a big city in Chicago. There's lots of high expectations. He's very visible in town. The guy will give him everything he has.
All right, if you have to go to the end of 2009, the season, are the Bears in the playoffs?
You know, I don't see them as a division champ. I think Brett Favre is. We're not talking about Brett Favre anymore, but he's going to be a Viking.
You promised me that.
Yes, but you asked me a question related to him. So when he's a Viking, I'll be taking them to win the division. They're the wild card.
And the Bears will be in the playoffs as a wild card.
Yes.
All right, we'll see if it all plays out. Of course, we got 6 more months to take care of all that, but Pat Kirwan will be with us throughout all of it.
I hope so, Jason.
Well, you will be. The NFL Insider every other week on CBSSports.com. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. For more on the Bears, stay with the website. Take care, folks.